Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So remember that in the last video we had discussed regarding the 5 rules that were for the correct way for writing out the queries. So the first one was to provide the correct format while writing out a query. Right? Second was specify the select fields instead of using select asterisk. Third was remove out the correlated subqueries if not required. Fourth was limit out the results obtained by the query. And fifth was remove that distinct clause if not required. Right, these were the ones which we have discussed in the previous video. So today I will be discussing further. Let's get started. So here it is avoid functions in predicates. Okay. Functions basically avoid of the functions in the predicates. The functions in SQL are used to perform the specific actions, right? They are basically quite inefficient. Why? As they do not allow the usage of the index, which in turn slows the execution time of the query. Okay, this is the reason that why we do not prefer out using out the functions in the predicates, right? So always it is better to use to avoid the functions in a query as much as possible to ensure out the optimization things, right? So it is basically the case which I just wanted to mention out, that avoid functions in predicates. Okay, right here. So this was the seventh one which you should keep in mind. After that, sorry, sixth one. After the seventh, we have avoid or, not, comma, and operators if possible. Avoid or, not, and operators if it is possible, right? So basically whenever we use out the or and not operators, so in that case you just try out to avoid that out. Why? Because in the case of basically large databases, it is better to find the replacements for these. Why? To speed up the execution of the query. Whenever you just want to speed up the execution of the query, so in that case, basically try to avoid out the or, not, and operators here. Okay, if possible. As I mentioned that it is highly it is basically recommended that not to use them in the case of the large database. It is better to find out a replacement for these to speed up the execution time of the query. Right? Hope you are now okay with this particular one as okay. Next we have that use the where clause instead instead of having clause whenever possible. So use the where clause instead of having clause whenever it is basically possible. Now, see the having clause is used when we use with the group by clauses, right? So as to apply the conditions. As where clause cannot be used with aggregate functions. Okay. Use where clause instead of having clause whenever possible, right? So the having clause is used for the group by clause to enforce the conditions, as the where clause cannot be used with the aggregate functions. However, basically the having clause does not allow the use of indexes which slow down the execution of the time of the query. So it's always better to use out the where clause instead of the having clause whenever possible. Now, till the time you are basically whatever the rules, whatever the ways, whatever the correct ways actually I have told you. What are all these correct ways for? These all correct ways are totally for saving out the time. Actually, right? Because you'll be dealing with a very large databases. So in that case, you need to write out the queries in such a way that they can be executed in a quick manner. So these are some of the rules which you should follow for doing out this particular thing. Moving towards the next one, we basically have that use inner join instead use inner join um, instead of use inner join instead of where clause for creating joins. This is another thing which you should follow and keep in mind, that use out the inner join instead of where clause for creating the joins. Now, where clause is basically used for creating the joins that actually result in the Cartesian products, right? Where the number of rows is the product of the number of rows of the two tables, right? That is absolutely okay. But there is obviously a problem for the large databases, as more databases resources are required, right? So it is always better to prefer out the inner join instead of preferring out the where clause. Now the inner join that only combines the rows for both tables which satisfy out the required condition. If basically some required condition is given, then only basically it satisfies the it basically combines out the rows. So this is the way that why you should actually use out this inner join instead of where clause for creating out the joins. And at last we have the last one, that is number 10th, and that is avoid wildcard characters as the beginning of a like like clause pattern, right? So avoid out the wildcard characters as the beginning of a like clause pattern. Wild characters are such as percent signs, underscore signs. These are the wildcard characters. So avoid, and what are they used for? These are used for filter out the results of a like clause. Okay, basically they should not be used in the beginning of the pattern, as this basically what it does, it disables out the database from using the index. Okay, in that case basically a full table scan is required to match out the pattern, which consumes more database resources, right? So it is basically better to avoid out the wildcard characters at the beginning of the pattern and only use them at the end if possible, right? So these are 10 rules, these are 10 correct ways for writing out the queries which you should keep in mind. Even you can just say that these are some rules which you should follow out. The very first one is to provide the correct format while writing out a query. It's very important to provide out a correct format while writing out a query. Second one is basically to specify the select fields instead of using select asterisk, right? Always try to use out some select column names instead of using out the select statement, select asterisk actually, okay? Then we have that remove correlated subqueries if they are not at all required. Number 4, we are having that limit out the results obtained by the queries. Okay, number 5, we are having to remove the distinct clause if not at all required. Avoid out the functions in the predicates. Avoid or, not, and operators if possible. Use where clause instead of having clause whenever possible. Use inner join instead of where clause for creating out the joins, and avoid wildcard characters as beginning of a like clause pattern. So these are all the rules like correct ways which you should follow. And what are all of these things doing? These all are actually they are basically saving out that time for you, right? They are the first one was enhancing the readability, enhancing the executability, right? Rest all the rules, the rest all the ways which I told you, these are all used for enhancing, used for saving out the time, because wherever you'll be dealing with the SQL queries, you will be having a lot of large database in which you'll be putting out these queries. So in that you cannot have a lot of time to execute one single query, because how will you be able to further proceed on with your with your work, right? So in that case, what do you want? You want some queries like that that help you to do out the things in a very less time and in a easier way. So these are some rules, these are some correct ways which you can actually follow out for writing out the queries, right? Hope it has got this a particular idea which I mentioned, that these are some 10 rules which I had written out here, summarized them, explained you in a very detailed way. Hope you'll be following these throughout and learning and remembering out these ways for writing out the queries, because writing out the queries we have learned a lot of these things till now. We are very much familiar that what functions are there, how to use out that function, what are the syntaxes, at what places these functions are used. But apart from one function, either of this first function, why you should prefer out this using the second function for the same work? This is the thing which we have discussed right here, right? So you should just have a overview, you should just follow out this particular thing, that why you should use this first function and why you should not use the second command, why you should use the second command, why not first. And the reason for each and every one would almost not accurately, but yeah, almost would be same, for saving out that time, right? So now hope it has got out the idea very much clear fully, and you're now very much clear that how is the correct way for writing out the queries. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.